A goddess, a boss, and a bitch walk into a bar. Wait, no, they don't. The bar's on SmackDown. This is the Raw review.
Oh, God. You're right. That was stupid. But this is the Raw review. We're talking about the first Monday Night Raw of 2019, where we open up with a brawl between Seth Rollins and Bobby Trashley fighting through the back into Gorilla onto the stage. All kinds of people trying to pull them apart. They ended up getting cleared, and then we had John Cena return to Monday Night Raw, and he was talking about how he's going to do John Cena things, and he's not going to be left out of WrestleMania this year. He's officially entering himself into the Royal Rumble, and then the first person to enter themselves into the Royal Rumble, Drew McIntyre, had some things to say to John Cena. John Cena
was weird. It was like a little, like, it was like part challenge, but also part man crush.
A little bit. Drew McIntyre was essentially on his way down to beat up John Cena, and they did that a little bit. But then there ended up being Bobby Lashley and Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, and there was just all kinds of clusterfucky things.
Finn Balor came out
because he's Monday Night Raw's Batman, and so we open up with essentially what would be a main event as the opening match, where we had Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, and John Cena defeat Drew McIntyre, Dean Ambrose, and Bobby Trashley. Then Rollins, with the victory, saw that for some reason they decided to show Triple H was talking to Sasha and Bayley, and so Seth was like, I know right where that spot is, and stormed right up to Triple H.
It's right on the other side of the entranceway.
Stormed right up to Triple H and knocked his coffee out of his hand and said, I want Dean Ambrose and the Intercontinental title tonight. And so Triple H made our main event, which ended up being a Falls Count Anywhere match where Dean Ambrose defended the Intercontinental title against Seth Rollins.
Not pictured. Triple H then had to go get another cup of coffee.
Yeah. It's fucked up stuff. Then Hulk Hogan had a really awesome tribute to Mean Gene, cutting a traditional Hulk Hogan promo with some heartfelt moments. Great video package for Mean Gene. A good all-in-all sum up of what Mean Gene meant to the business. The fans very appreciative of it, showing their respect as well. So thank you for that, Hulk. Bobby Roode and Chad Gable defeated the Revival to retain the Raw Tag Team titles once again. Elias was, doing his Elias thing. He was getting ready to sing another great song about how terrible Baron Corbin is. Then Baron Corbin defeated Elias in a match.
Boo.
Brock and Braun did things. Real bad promo. Braun stood there. Brock walked around. That was...
This...
We'll get there. Yeah. We'll get there. Ember Moon and Apollo Crews defeated Mahalisha. We had a moment of bliss, which was supposed to be with Ronda Rousey, and it was for a second until both Nia and Sasha crashed the party, and this turned into a number one contenders match where Sasha Banks defeated Nia Jax, and Sasha Banks will now face Ronda Rousey at the Royal Rumble for the Raw Women's Championship. And in the main event, Dean Ambrose, with some help from Bobby Trashley and Lio Rush, defeated Seth Rollins in the Falls Count Anywhere match to retain the Intercontinental Championship. And then Bobby Trashley put Seth Rollins through a table. And that was the first Raw of 2019. Kevin Hawk, what is your first like of 2019 in the WWE realm of things? If you want to see all the other stuff that we like, go watch the Indie News, because there was a lot of stuff on there that we liked.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Gosh, I'm going to go with the Hogan Mean Gene tribute.
Good choice.
Especially popping for Hogan fantasy booking the...
Oh, yeah.
Macho Man and Ultimate Warrior versus Roddy Piper and Mr. Perfect with Andre the Giant as a special referee.
I'm all for it. And apparently Mean Gene breaking up a fight between Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan. That would definitely happen. That hit good. That was a very great cool note. It's just, it's such a strange thing watching Hogan come on, because it's the same thing like from the Crown Jewel event, like Hogan coming out and like not being all a self promotion. Look at me, I'm Hulk Hogan. No. Watch me do Hulk Hogan. Yeah, it's different to watch him like
being for like one be an ambassador,
yeah,
and then on this one be
a friend,
yeah,
essentially,
like not shilling his own product.
Yeah. And you know it means something to someone when they break character for it.
Yeah.
Because characters are what drive the wrestling business.
I mean, especially somebody who came up through the 70s and 80s.
Oh, absolutely.
Of the wrestling business, where that was the lifeblood of the business.
You live the gimmick or you're not the gimmick, essentially. It was a very, very cool segment. I'm glad they did it. And Hulk was the perfect person to be a part of that. I'm going to give my like to the opening contest, a 6-man tag team match. John Cena getting his ass kicked a lot. Like, John Cena just playing whipping boy for most of that. But then, like, as soon as he made the tag, there was a lot of, like, moments where it could have ended and then it didn't. And there was a really cool exchange between Finn Balor and Dean Ambrose. Just a lot of great stuff on either side. And you were mentioning, like, just the dichotomy of the match itself. It was a very evenly... an evenly split match. And I thought everyone had a really good spot in it. And it set up a lot of stuff that happened through the rest of the night.
Yeah.
What did you love?
What was you love?
What was you love?
I'm gonna go with Root and Gable versus the Revival.
Fantastic match.
According to my shirt, I am so glad the Revival lost.
Yep.
Only thing that would have made it better for me is if it would have been Lucha House Party rules, so all the teams could have been in.
And Lucha House Party was out there. I thought for sure they were going to do that, but I'm sorry you didn't get your wish.
It would have been way better if all 8 of 9 of the Lumberjacks could all also be in the match.
Yeah.
Against the Revival.
2019 needs more Lucha House Party rules. According to this shirt.
It definitely 100% should have been 11-on-2.
Oh, man.
Fuck the Revival. I'm supposed to do this now?
You want the one sweet? Yeah. Yep. I don't know. They don't do that anymore. I don't know if
they're over it.
I don't know if there's an all...
They're over being sweet.
Yeah. I don't know if there's an all elite wrestling hand gesture yet. We'll find out in maybe tomorrow during the rally. Anyway, I'm gonna give my love to. I'm gonna give my love to Elias. I mean, Elias he was extremely fired up. He did some things in the match against Baron Corbin that it seemed like he was on another level tonight. It was fun to watch. His promos are always
shouting.
Yeah, he was very loud, very amped up. And when you get to beat up Baron Corbin.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, he lost to Baron Corbin.
I get really excited every time I get to beat up Baron Corbin.
And cool that Elias is in the Rumble. I'm excited to see Elias in the Rumble because I think last year was his first, right?
Yes.
So he's only entering his second Rumble. So, yeah, I'm excited to see that. And, yeah, I walk with Elias. So, why not? All right. What was your dislike?
Man, I'm probably going to cover the same thing that would probably be yours, and that's here's the part that hurts me the most. It was the right side of the screen in the split screen promo between the Brock Heyman versus the Braun Strowman, because it just really pinpointed out that Braun is not a strong promo guy.
Here's the thing: is I think the problem
definitely not good at improvising.
The problem is usually Braun comes out and has something very, very emphatic, very straightforward to say, and this just seemed like. It didn't, usually he's out there by himself. He just gets to say whatever he wants, which all he really did while he was out there by himself was just yell for Brock to come out.
Yeah.
And then when the split screen came up, it didn't help that Paul said some things, and then Brock just kind of stood there like an idiot, like he does. So he really wasn't giving Braun anything to really work off of.
Yeah.
And so, Braun just looked like, I'm gonna be real. Braun looked like Roman Reigns when he came back from his injury, where it was just like, oh shit, okay, this is the guy we have at the top. Oh Jesus, what have we done? And then it didn't help that it was like, oh yeah, we're supposed to be amped up because they're gonna be having a fight, and then Brock came out and walked around the ring a little bit and then walked away, and it's like, the whole segment didn't give us anything.
Yeah.
Other than about 15 minutes of awkwardness.
Yeah, it's... Man.
It was rough.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that it's out of the realm of possibility for Braun to be a good top guy eventually. But you need to send him to some, like, improv classes or, like, have him run a refresher course with somebody, like... Send him to lunch with Ric Flair. I don't know. There just needs to be some, or put some words on his arm so I can read it if it gets awkward.
I work for The Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just.
By the way, because there's been no privy or no allusion to this yet, but this was actually my first time watching Monday Night Raw since we went on the hiatus.
Yeah, he's been reading things, but he hasn't seen things unfold on TV. So
yeah, and so that definitely just struck me as like a really weak point.
Yeah.
In what was an above average from what I like. I mean, from what I understand, Raw has been better.
Yes.
Than it was in the era of Corbin.
As soon as the McMahon family took over Monday Night Raw, Raw has been significantly better.
Yeah.
This, I would say, was maybe on the weaker side of better, but still better.
Yeah, and that was definitely, for me, the lowest dip in the show.
Absolutely. 100%. Yeah, I mean, I already don't care about this match. I'm just, hey, let's give the title to Braun. But now I'm afraid that this promo might make them sign Lesnar for a couple more months. Braun doesn't need to be a promo guy to be a champion. Just have him run people over. Just have him yell things. He was doing just fine. Maybe that was it. It's his first night back.
Yeah.
Give him a chance, and he'll prove himself in other ways rather than trying to talk to the Titantron. Because I don't think he's ever had to do that. I don't think he's ever talked to the Titantron before.
I don't know.
He usually has like that person that he's feuding with at least up on the ramp.
Yeah, and I think that was another thing to me that might have like made it seem so much more out of character. Is Braun is typically the kind of guy that's like will call you out, but then if you don't come out, he usually chases you down.
Yes,
and to have him just stand there awkwardly.
Yeah, I think I agree.
And also like. The other part is he just didn't move the whole time. He literally stood in one place.
Yeah,
and just like
he did. He usually
skulked there.
He usually kind of has like that animal prowl. He'll just take side to side steps at least, or something. Yeah, I mean maybe it would have been better if he would have just like gone after Brock and Paul and have Brock just kind of laugh and get in a limo and drive away or something.
Yeah.
Rather than come out, pretend like he's gonna fight and then walk away, but. We don't.
The UFC.
We don't write Raw. Anyway.
Should we? Post in the comments below.
Yeah, let us know. Yeah, well, other than that, Raw was good.
Yeah.
Raw was pretty good.
What did you think? Because one of the things we didn't touch on much, what did you think of the first moment of bliss?
It was a very convoluted way to get a promo between Sasha and Nia.
Yeah.
That would be the next step up from the Braun Brock segment.
Yeah, and my takeaway on that one was like Nia seemed really desperate.
Yes.
During the promo portion.
Yes.
Because Sasha got the big pop by calling Nia a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
But then immediately as Sasha was walking to the ring, like Nia Jax had to like say bitch like 3 times, like hoping it was going to get some sort of a reaction.
Had to get that bitch rub.
Yeah.
No, it's
that hurt me a little bit. Like
it was a very,
because it's one of those things where it's like Alexa was strong and Sasha was strong.
Yeah.
Ronda
did what she needed to do to get the promo
maybe
moving.
Not necessarily the best Ronda's ever done on the mic, but that's another one of those things. Is Ronda's still fairly new to the game.
I think as far as promos, Ronda is better when she's like talking matter of factly.
Yeah. Just like against somebody.
Yeah.
Versus I don't know. It's just one of those things, and it's okay that it wasn't her best work. It doesn't have to. You don't have to do your best every single time, especially when you've been in WWE for less than a year.
And to be honest, the promo didn't really need to revolve that's another thing, is I don't feel like Ronda needed to be a part of this.
Yeah.
At all. It could have just been Alexa talking, or asking Sasha, or there was other avenues they could have gone rather than we're gonna have the very first talk show with Alexa Bliss, and it lasted like 3 minutes.
Yeah, that was the part that got me, was the fact the segment itself was very short.
Yeah.
Leading up to a decent match.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was terrified for Sasha a couple times, but the match was good. So, anyway, a decent start to 2019 for Monday Night Raw, I would say. But I think that is it for our Raw review. So, guys, thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Click those links down below.
There are so many social media links.
Be sure to post down in the comments what you liked, loved, disliked about Monday Night Raw. What are you looking forward to? Also, be sure to check out our podcast.
That's the link down there that says SoundCloud.
You get this review and all of our regular reviews in podcast form, and there's Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
It's reasonable with a W.
Like wrestling. Where we have the list with Kevin Hawk, Question of the Week with Thomas Wolf. We have an entire playlist of unboxing videos where you get to see us get Funko Pops and micro brawlers and all kinds of fun stuff.
Entire playlist of punishment videos.
Exactly, and you can see exactly why Kevin Hawk's going to be wearing this shirt all week long. But for now, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Yeah.
You know what you should have wrote on that shirt?
Anything, because I didn't write on it. But if I did write on it, it would say,
Fuck Modus.